Back to the daily grind. Thanks for checking out the channel. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
The UFC's current middleweight champion Robert Whittaker is providing a health update since his concerning diagnosis with a staph infection. Robert Whittaker was scheduled to face Luke Rockhold in Perth, Australia. He's an Australian native, so he was going to be at home and he was going to be defending his title versus Luke Rockhold at UFC 221. But after it was revealed by UFC President Dana White that Robert Whittaker had a pretty serious staph infection that I believe went into his organs in his stomach, so they had to take him out of the fight. It was pretty serious. Had to make sure to definitely get that treated and cleared up the right way. And since then, we were, left in the air like, wow, what does that mean for Robert Whittaker? Because the whole middleweight title picture has been a little weird as of late. We know Michael Bisping was the middleweight champion, lost his belt to George St. Pierre, who shortly after winning the belt vacated the undisputed belt, which made the then interim champion Robert Whittaker the undisputed champion. Well, as soon as he went to defend his belt, he had to pull out of the new undisputed champion Robert Whittaker had to pull out with an injury, which now there's going to be a new interim belt, which Yoel Romero is going to be stepping in for Robert Whittaker and fighting Luke Rockhold for. You might think that's interesting because Yoel Romero's last fight was an interim title loss to Robert Whittaker, and so now he's stepping back in to face Luke Rockhold for another interim title opportunity. So now whoever wins this fight at UFC 221 will be the interim middleweight champion, looking to unify that belt with Robert Whittaker when he returns. But because Robert Whittaker's health scare sounded so serious, a lot of us were like, wow, so what's going to happen? Is he going to even be able to be back this year? It sounded pretty serious. But this is an update Robert Whittaker took to Instagram and he said, pumped to get back to work. We'll be back stronger than ever. And it looks like he's at least back, doing a little bit of work. This doesn't mean he's ready for a full-blown training camp, or else you might think, well, UFC 221's not yet. Could he just step back in? But just because you see him throwing a punch does not mean that he is ready for a serious actual training camp for defending his belt. So it's good to see Robert Whittaker back to work. This is definitely a better update than a worse update. So with that being said, it is what it is. Let the full-time family know what you think about this in the comments. I'm out.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking D-O-double-G.